back again after last month's discussion. Last month was super exciting for me. There was a whole lot to uncover, and I'm sure that you must have been blessed. Just in case you missed it, our theme for last month was reset your life. And the last couple of weeks that we, sat to have discussions, which was on relationship reset. And I'm sure that someone must have been blessed. I was looking at some of the excerpts from the conversation that we had last week, and I was just mind blown, and the kind of things you get to uncover when people sit together and just discuss and just look at the depth of these things and just draw wisdom and insight. But yeah, we are back again. Happy new month to you. I must say that first of all, happy new month. It's the month of May, the 5th month. Some will say it's the month of grace. Whatever it is for you, ensure that you are doing something great. And on behalf of everyone right here, I want to welcome you again back to World Bank Kingdom Conversation. And I'm sure that this month something is going to, something great is going to happen in someone's life today. Kayode Sonny is my name, and I'm just a humble servant here. And for this month, the theme that we are going to be looking at is becoming better, building a better life God's way. Many of us have come to believe that we will grow only when the situation or the circumstance change. But the Bible has given us several examples. For example, Joseph didn't wait for circumstances to change. He kept growing through the process. But more and more, it's not for me to come at you and give all of this, but just to create that atmosphere and just build on the context tonight as we move forward. I'm not here alone. It's a full house today, and I'm super excited. And of course, I can't be alone here. On my far right, of course, Pastor Isaac Kolawole is going to be joining me today. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, King.
Yes, and of course, we have two esteemed guests today. When I say esteemed guests, I'm not just saying it because I have to do introduction. When I say esteemed guests, I really mean it. On my direct right hand side here, we have the one and only, our very dear, let me call him Uncle Jide. For the context of this conversation, let me call him Uncle Jide Omotosho. Good evening, sir. Great to have you.
Good evening
today. And of course, our own dear, my own lovely, wonderful Pastor Silk and Purple.
Good evening,
looking all fly. I like the way I'm majestically seated today. Man, so great to have you. Pastor Isaac, so just before we get on to the conversation, we went through our community and we just had their thoughts on their journey, on their growth journey, on how the principles that help them become better. And we thought to bring up that as we move deeper into the conversation. So, Ms. Ola, take us away.
Going for me was that I learned from I look around me and see what they are doing. But when I look at myself, I believe every day I'm growing because you know what I'm doing.
So I will start the slide from that.
I'm into IT, sales system, care system, sales and services. People are more so they're like inspiration to me. So what I have today, where I'm going, so I'm still looking, I'm not there. I can't go where I am right now. I'm getting nowhere I need to go. So going for me is a journey, and I'm not there yet, but I'm still going. Not perfect. I'm pleasing everybody, but even on so sometimes system wise. So there's sometimes not changing situation, but I'm not paying me. This is not for money. But it's our work. You just have to learn. You just have to do. So let me say, let's see not honest to this, but honest, I'm not honest to people that will show. So honestly, not be honest and they have the fear of God.
I think clearly, I think
when it's 18, 17, not learning. What is COVID? Just one way. Discover that you have to be intentional about what city. So like university days, playing university games. I don't even know. I don't want to use it, but I shouldn't do it off the love motivation things. Love trades. I tell us internet, sport, not cassette players. So I believe that thing is not contribution to me. Now, then, talking about growth, you're asking about growth mindset. Now, when it comes to growth, especially when it comes to, how we call it, mental growth or spiritual growth, one is related to physical growth, which is personally, going to the child, the teenager, coming in, and then coming out. Initially, it's all about food, right diet, right? So when you have the right diet, you should grow normally, all right? And also not, and depending on how you want to grow, you want to grow fat, you eat a certain kind of food. You want to grow muscles, apart from the food, you need to practice some exercise. It's a part of growth. So basically, when it also comes to mental growth, spiritual growth, it's the same thing, right? You need to want to grow in a certain area, and then you want to eat in that area. So basically, that's the mindset somebody wants to grow must have. You know what area you want to grow? Hungry to grow, and then fist, right? Not that. Let's see that way. Well, it's simple. It's a God creates me and I'll God creates you. What you eat, what you take in, determines what you bring out. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you do God's way, then you need God's content. Just like let's mind in you also. Because in Jesus, for somebody to have a mind of a certain person, those people have to work together and say, iron sharpens iron. Say, either works to the wise to the wise. Understand? And Yoruba will tell you that a goat that roams with a dog shit. See, what I'm saying is, grow God's mindset or God's way, then you need to have God's content. That's
All right, amazing thoughts right there. Right there, you had Mr. Wole and Pastor Akinwale sharing their thoughts. But let me start. Let us just even get a feel. Let me start with Uncle Jide. When you hear becoming better, building a life God's way, what comes to mind?
What comes on my way is how you can improve yourself in whatever you are doing, both physically and spiritually. And you should have a standard. Because if you want to be becoming better, there will be a foundation. We call something initial velocity. Initial, you must know the level you are. If you don't know the level you are, you can't improve on that. So becoming better is to make sure you are better than what you are. Like a baby that they give birth to, they will tell you the weight. You know the weight. Maybe the weight is like 5 kg in January. The baby must not be 5 kg in February. If that is the case, something is wrong. So becoming better is not to be at the state where you are, both physically and spiritually.
Amazing. Pastor.
Okay. Yeah, becoming better, building a better life God's way. I think that God's way to me is a clause.
Okay.
So I want to bring it down to that word God's way, because before you can say something is better, you need to have an idea of where you ought to be. I think that is what determines whether you're actually getting better or not, especially since the clause is there, God's way. So everybody in life keeps growing. In any direction, everybody keeps growing. But can we actually call it better? From whose eyes? How do we perceive what we call better? So when we say something is better, you can only know whether you are getting better if really you know who you are, what your purpose is, and where you're going. So once you have those things in perspective, then you can actually measure to see whether you're getting better. I like giving an example of traveling. I'm going to Lagos. I'm here right now. If I move from here to Challenge, there's progress. From Challenge to Guru, there's progress. As long as I keep going in the direction that leads to my destination, then I can say I'm getting better. But so what am I trying to say? Purpose must be defined for you to actually know whether you're, because all roads are good. If you're a doctor, your doctor is good, engineering is good, social media is good, everything is good. How do I know if I am better? It's my purpose that determines that. So if my plan is to become a pilot, you don't expect me to be in university and I'm studying medicine. How does that lead to my better? So I think first of all, know your purpose. Once you've established that, you have a vision, you have a goal for your life, then you can now calculate and see whether you're actually getting better or not. Else, there's nothing like better without the purpose.
What you did right now just took us to another direction, because I wasn't even thinking that you would go in that direction. But what you said now is that for you to know if you are getting better, is that there must be a context to determine it, and that's based on the fact that you know your purpose, and I know that we've had discussions about these things. But again, how can anyone know that?
Well, number one, nobody is on earth without a purpose. And there's a scripture that says, it is the glory of God to conceal a matter. It is the glory of man to discover it. So first of all, we need to discover who we are. Because there's nobody. As we are coming, God has a plan. He has a purpose for sending us right here. That was why I said that clause, God. If that word is not there, then you can be anything. But when we say about God, that means the person that is sending you on assignment has a purpose. There's something he wants you to do. So you need to discover that. A very easy way to discover that is, who are you? What are the giftings that you have? What is it that comes natural to you? That's a beautiful way to identify who you are. Like a good example, let's say there are some people, when they see blood, they pass out. So definitely you know that you are not in the medical line, because you cannot be treating patients to see blood and you will faint. But you know, there are some things that we are just naturally good at. That is how to identify. That is how you know. So you need to first of all accept that, then stay in that space. As long as you're in that space, things will naturally unfold by itself. Once you obey him in one thing, he will never show you the full picture. Like, let's see Moses. Moses has an idea. There's that thing inside of him that makes him believe that I'm here to deliver somebody. He knows. But look at the approach that he took. Wrong. But in the end, thank God, God brought him back and put him in. The same thing, Joseph also made a mistake. You know, that thing is always there pushing you. You will know it. But for you to now harness it in the right direction, in order for you to grow accordingly, is another thing entirely. That is where we need spiritual help. That is where you need to pray. You pray in the spirit. Those are the things that develops you and helps to push you in the right direction. So basically, we are all gifted. So discover your own gifting and go in that direction.
Amazing. Now, this question is for Uncle Jide, and it's on the idea that many people believe that their circumstance must change first before they grow, before they become better. First off, why is that so? And how can we help someone in that situation?
That is a huge question for me. You know, our environment at times and the type of person you move with, the type of environment you are in, really will affect you on what you said, that some people believe until they have something that is when they can become better. For example, when I was in Jesus Embassy, Pastor used to say, give a fighting chance to your children. Every time. It's not part of his sermon. Pastor will just come, maybe in the middle of his sermon, give a fighting chance to your children. Let me tell you, I started working at Premier Hotel. Let me mention, with a salary of 10,000 naira.
Opo.
That was 2005. 10,000 is nothing in 2005. Somebody might pass, it's 2005, 10, no. 10,000 is not enough. Because my house rent was 2005 at Oketunu then. So, note that. Now, I now look at myself. And Pastor used to say something. Go to any place and work for a free. Work for free. So when I saw my employment letter, that 10,000 naira is not on my head. What is my head? I'm working for a free. I'm not getting any salary. That is what drive me. I'm working for a free. I didn't look at that employment letter again. Up till now, I didn't see that employment letter. So, what am I saying is the person that you should have a mentor in a nutshell. A mentor that will be telling you some things. Like, for example, the person will tell you a lot of things. And you will believe that it's not possible. But it's possible. You continue moving on. That 10,000 naira today, let me explain what happened. Then, opportunity comes to go to the headquarters. With an headquarters, your salary starts like 60,000. Guess what happened? My MD recommended me. That's why I got to Udua Investment Company then. Let me tell you, if I didn't take that 10,000 naira, when opportunity comes and the advert is internal, they didn't extend it to external forces, I wouldn't have been part of Udua Investment Company. So, that's why you won't look at the present situation. But what will help you not to do that is having a mentor. Having the person that will be putting something on your head. Person that will be driving you. Then that comes to the type of group you belong to. If you belong to people, this is not enough. This is not enough. That will be your slogan. This is not enough. But I have my friends, let me tell you, don't let your friend choose you. Choose your friend. If you choose your friend, that means your standard is to choose your friend. But if your friend chooses you, anybody will come to your way. Anybody will come to your way. As I sat here, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends, but I choose my best friend out of them. That's it.
Amazing.
All right, thank you, Bro Jide. Thank you, ma. One of the things we are trying to establish with this conversation, we're looking at growth, especially growth. When you look at the team, becoming better is a continuous statement. It's not something you just get to immediately. So, before you become better, growth must take place. I want to ask a question. Let me start from you, sir. Please, can you share a season of your life where you realize you need improvement? Then can you tell us what triggers you?
I remember it. Okay.
Maybe a particular time you sat down and said, I need to improve myself. There's something triggered that in you.
You know, I'm both physical and spiritual person. I don't joke with anything, prayer, and I listen, both physically and spiritually. Yeah, that was, I can't remember the year. When I married, and now I'm looking at myself that people are sending their children to private school. You know, they are paying 100,000 naira. And I sat down. Can I pay 100,000? Is it for me, myself? When you are getting like less than 10,000 naira, how will you send your children to private school? I'm just looking at that. What can I do? Then again, when I was working in Odua, so something happened in my company. Let me say, so the people that met me was promoted.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, and I'm doing more than them. I got home that day. I was somehow perplexed. I'm somehow perplexed. You know, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to see anyone. My colleagues will call me, oh, what they did for you is not good. They're my friends in the same company. What they did for you is not good. What they did, what? I didn't see anything. I woke up in the morning, go to the same establishment, looking at them. They are enjoying. Even they still want to buy me Coke. Buy me Coke. I didn't see anything. That day, on my way home, God just arrest me. You do yourself no good by thinking of it. Give yourself a standard that you are going to spend in that company, because they will continue to do that. So when I got home, I sat down. People want to call me again because they want to sober with you, for you to. So I didn't pick anybody's call. I slept. God revealed to me again. And God gave me exact year I'm going to spend. After that year, like 15 years, after that year, I became uncomfortable in anything I do in that company. That is what triggered me, that this is the time I have to leave. Then, and God make me to be saying it, that I'm leaving this company. Everybody that knows me, that time in the company, where are you leaving to? And I've not started processing my. I said, I'll be leaving this company next year. I started saying that. Then the opportunity comes. And when the opportunity comes, even it's about to be 16 plus, because, you know, you have to go to the embassy. Then that was the time the COVID struck. No appointment. And let me tell you, I just saw my email. I just saw a date. January, so you appear at embassy. People are not getting. I thought it's a scam. But my friend over there called me. Have you seen your appointment? I said, I thought it's a scam. You are not serious. It's not a scam. Prepare for it. Wow. That was a story. That was all. Even the present day where I'm working now, I'm working 2 jobs before. 2 jobs. And that job used to give me a kind of sleepless night. I said, God, I don't want this job again. You know what happened? They sacked me in those 2 jobs. Honestly. One day, I lost those 2 jobs because I told God I don't want this job again, because it's stressful for me. You know what happened? The work I'm doing now is equivalent or more than that 2 jobs.
And it's one.
Less stress.
Sorry, sir. You know, in the journey of life, are you getting it? Like I said earlier, this thing is to teach, encourage us how to grow into becoming. Thankfully, this weekend we're going to be having becoming her. So into becoming a better person. Are you getting it? Yeah. But let me put it to you, ma. You know, can you tell us your experience or what triggered you into becoming better? Just the same question. Or a season, a season of your life where you realize that, man, things cannot continue like this. I have to become better.
Well,
what triggers you, and then what did you do?
My own story is quite a funny one because I can't remember any dramatic day. I think I'm just a regular person that does things consistently, and it's because early in life I was opportune to hear a lot of things about business and growth. I remember, was it last year when Pastor, what's his name now? That we watch his program.
Pastor Gbadé.
Success Story, no,
Success
Power.
Psalms.
When he said he was celebrating his 30th anniversary,
last
and
year.
I remember I normally listened to him every day 30 years ago. Success Power on radio. So those were my foundation. So I think I was lucky enough to hear early in life how to do things, and I'm a kind of person that I don't just hear, I do. If I won't do, I won't bother myself. So imagine somebody like that coaching you at that early stage, and you were following him back to back. So when you leave such a platform to now join Pastor Francis, what do you expect? So there's no, I didn't have that. I just kept growing in a steady manner and doing it cautiously because I kind of understood what I'm doing. That's why I say once you are in the right path, doors begin to open. I wanted to, what he just told us about he collecting 10,000. That was exactly what happened to my boy. He called me his mommy, so I call him my boy. Shino. It's one thing for you to be doing stuff. It's another thing for you to have a mentor, like he said, like a spiritual mentor. So not everybody will take up a job while you are not being paid. You need to be under a kind of mentorship for you to not feel offended. He got a job of 10,000. He wasn't looking at the money.
Yeah.
He was looking at the opportunity available for him. The same thing happened to Shino. And that was when I just talked about you having a direction. He knew he belonged to media. So when he got a job in Lagos, he went for a media job. He didn't say, I want to be better. And he now went to building material. He actually looked for something that was part of him because he's a media guy. So while he was rendering his services for free, he knew he was learning. He was gaining knowledge. He was being imparted. He was doing it for free. And at a time, just like he got promoted, he also got promoted. Now he also is in US. So there are some things that we don't just see things with ordinary eye again. Based on our foundation and what we have been taught, we tend to see more in things than the way it seems. So we always get better. You are in line. Opportunities will come. Even God himself will open door for you because you have aligned yourself with his purpose.
Today we've got two patterns. Somebody was triggered by experience. Somebody, it was a journey of growth. And that is exactly we're looking for tonight. We have two different experiences today. He was triggered by the experience in that organization. Can we call it cheat or in the way, whatever triggers it? But when you look at what Pastor Dupe said, it was a journey of growth. It's not as if something triggered you in particular. So I don't know which one is yours. Either you are growing into it or you were triggered into it. What we established tonight is that it's a journey for you to grow, to become a better person. But remember, in God's way. Carry on, please.
All right. And there's something also there's a story that connects both things two of you have said. There was something that happened at work that made you feel like, yes, something has to change, something has to go, something has to move. Then you shared the story of someone who said, you know what, I just have to go to somewhere that I have to. Now, this question is on the idea that, of course, life happens. People go through stuff. People go through certain phases. But then there are two kinds of people out of those ones. People that become better and those that become bitter. So the question is, why do some people become better and why do some people become bitter? Let me start with you.
Like,
You could have looked at that situation and say that, you know what, all of you.
like, thank you. She has said, bitterness and being better, two different things. And she said it all. You must have a mentor. You must be like I said. But Francis will come to church. You people, you say you don't have a job. Why can't you go to enter and say that I want to work for free? I cannot count the times pastors will say that thing, and it's not preaching. You understand? You must have a mentor. You must have something that drives you. You must have a destination, as she has said. If you don't have a destination, you become bitter. Everything they do to you, you get angry. If she's not greet me, what does that to do with your life? I like people that they don't greet me. If you don't greet me, I don't care. I don't want you to greet me. That is my life. I don't want you to greet me because I know where I'm going. Don't count on some flaming excuses. She said this. I'm working. She said I didn't do my work very well. If that person said that, you should take positive from it. Okay? I didn't do the work better. How can I do it? Go to that person and ask. Please, I agree with you that I didn't do this work. How can I improve? Just go to that person. Don't be angry with everything they tell you. If you don't know your destination, you just be angry. And it's even they put one meat inside your food, you get angry because of food, because of meat. As if you won't have money to buy that meat. So becoming better, bitterness and betterness has to do with how a good mentor, not ordinary mentor. Let's put that the word good mentor that you can depend on. Look at Pastor Francis. Pastor Francis will get angry because of your life.
Good, actually.
We get angry because he wants you to be better. I will look at Pastor Francis when we are just embassy. I'm angry. Pastor Francis is angry because of your life. I have never seen a pastor like that before in my life. That is the truth. I've been in US for 5 years. I've been to churches. I've never met any pastor that will drive you like Pastor Francis. I'm just not saying it. Pastor Francis will be angry. Serious about Pastor Francis is dead now. So what are we saying? So know your destination and have a good mentor. Thank you.
Pastor Dupe, please answer that.
Okay, I think if people can just be sincere with themselves, you know, a lot of times you like just passing the ball and looking for somebody to blame. If you can actually be sincere to yourself, I think occasionally one should just have a time with me, myself, and be sincere. Because most of the things we are bitter about happens when we see ourselves in the mirror. And instead of us adjusting, we will now be shifting blames on people. So I think we should just learn to, and again, when you have this place in your heart that trust God, we need to get to a level that we know that God has got us. If you have that, you have a peace of mind. I remember a story told by Pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes about his son that he went to a music school and he graduated. And on the day of his graduation, he went to his dad and said, "Dad, what if I make a mistake? What if this is not it? I'm graduating as a musician. What if it?" And the daddy replied, "If it is not it, it will lead to it." You see, that mind that makes you know that God has got me. He will direct me. He will lead me. Even if you find yourself where you don't think you are, can you just keep trusting? Imagine he telling God that I'm tired of this job. I'm tired. And God answered. If he did not say it, if he keeps pretending to himself and struggling, probably nothing will happen. But coming and being open to God that this thing is draining me, God took the two and gave him one that was better than the two put together. That happens when you are sincere with God, when you open up to him. So rather than being bitter, be open. Tell God your situation, ask him to, and believe his word that says he will work all things together for your good. With that, you can rest.
To move further, still on this idea of growing, I reckon that many of us sometimes come to church. We listen, all of us, okay, so for example, all of us are coming to church every Sunday, but not at the same growth level. How can someone get to a point of honesty where they can, because, and the reason why I'm saying this is because many times someone can be active. Someone is busy in church, busy here. Of course, I'm sure you must have experienced people like that are actually busy, but when you have to look at it from a certain side, you're like, okay, this person is busy, but really, can we say that something is, but how can we get to a place of honesty to really see clearly, distinguishing this idea of being active and actually growing? I think you should answer that first.
Okay. That's, in the beginning I said you have to have a purpose. Because that is the only way you can measure. You can have people doing and doing and doing and it's not leading to anything. Why do you say it's not leading to anything? Because there is nothing they want to achieve. Once that is there, you will know whether what you are doing is actually important or not. Because I asked you now, go and get me that table over there, and you go in this direction, and you are not, there is nothing to show that you want to go and do the assignment that you have been given. So if the assignment is not defined, if the purpose is not defined, there is no way to measure whether you are achieving something or not. I have a goal, I have a target. This month, I want to make 50 outfits. I have 30 days in a month. By day 15, I've not made 15 or 20. Or by day 20, I've made 5. And my target is 30. Obviously, it's clear I'm not going to achieve my goal. So, if the purpose must be established first, once you have that, then whether or not you are moving forward will be easy to calculate. But if there's no purpose, if there's no goal, if there's nothing, you can just end up gallivanting everywhere and you never achieve anything.
I don't know if would you like to answer that also?
I didn't understand that question very well.
Like separating activity from real growth.
From church or outside work?
Individually, personally, how to distinguish between just being busy.
Busy in church or where?
Busy at work, busy in church, busy at life,
Okay. in where I worked before, every January they give you a target. You should have a target. You have a target. When I was working in the hall, they gave me a target to make. She said like around 12 million per annum, including profit. Now, I know that I want to make 12.5 million. I should not be in that hall arranging chairs. No, that is not the work. My target is to market, to go out there and market to a lot of people that I know they can do events. And the people that I think one time I think I came to your school.
Yes, sir.
Because I want to make a target. So I didn't stay in the hall. I went out. Some people, they don't understand what they need to do. I look at people in church at times. When they are singing, they will now lean on the floor because they saw someone lean on. They are not in connection with God. God will arrest you, not you. Who are you? When I saw leaning on the floor, no, I will not lean on the floor. That is not me. If I didn't see any that connection from above, you won't see me doing that. You see a lot of people. That is, we want to show off. So, activeness, you have a target. Go with that target and achieve it. That is called activity, not let me do activity. No, without productivity, it's zero.
I think one thing has been clear here that even before you can even define if you are growing is that you must even know where you are headed first.
Target.
What is your target? What is that thing that is set before you? That's how you can know if you are better. I have another question, and I'd like you to answer that. I don't know if you've experienced it or you've observed it, that at certain point I believe for many of us that it gets to a point where it's like we are not growing again. Why do you think that happens? That people get to a certain level and they stop growing.
They stop growing.
Yes.
I don't think you should stop growing until you die.
As long as you keep learning.
It's when you say stop growing, I think maybe what we are trying to say is that maybe they are not getting better in quote.
It looks like there's a ceiling over them.
That means there's something you don't know. There's something you don't know. There'll always be levels. There'll always be better people. So once you discover there's a seal, that seal is telling you need a better understanding or a better or a greater knowledge than the present state that you are in. It's just a signal to tell you that you need to learn more, you need to know more, because that level you want to go to, which is higher than yourself, some people are there already.
Okay,
So
sorry,
you
man. Can I just come in? That question, let me add this to it. Probably it will give us a kind of light more. Okay, there's a question I have here that, in growing, there are some things that needs to be done. It's just like when you are in the school, you enter into, let me start with primary 1. You will be examined to 2, to 3. Those are things. So there's something I have here which I want to relate to this same question that Kao they have, that what are some practical habits or discipline that help you become better version of yourself? Which I believe if you put them into practice, what Kao is talking about will not be there.
Yeah. I think we've thought a lot about that even in church. There are some basic principles that we have in life. Number 1 is the principle of sowing and reaping. Whatever you sow, you will reap. Whatever you put into something, you will get back. When we read this scripture, that when you give, let's complete it. It shall be given, good measure, pressed down, shaken over, shall men add unto you. We normally use it for offering, but that scripture is not talking about offering. It says give. And whenever you hear that give, what comes to your mind is money, which is not true. You can give your time.
Yeah.
You can give your talent. You can give your experience. The reason why most people don't have is not because they don't have what it takes. It's because they are not giving. They are selfish, and that selfishness is killing them. Because if you actually give, God is not a man that he should lie. He says you will receive good measure, pressed down, shaking over. Men will give unto you. Some people have time, but they are not using it. And time is one of the most expensive currency. They have it in abundance and they are sleeping away with it. They are watching videos with it. They are doing a lot of stuff and they keep praying for God to come and help them. So when you give, there's no way you will give of that which you have. Be it time, be it experience, be whatever you have that you can trade. But people normally look at money as cash. I think that's a major problem that we have in this country. They see everything they do, they want a physical, but you can spend relationship. You can spend your time aside money. There are other things that we can spend. When people begin to trust you, then you will grow. When people know that, oh, this person she's true to her word, he's true to her, you have integrity. Those are even if the door opens for you, there are some things that will keep you there.
Yeah.
Which has to do with integrity, faithfulness, being trustworthy, which most people don't count as anything. They just feel, let me just do my job and collect my money. But life is actually more than that. There are all these invisible things that we cannot see. And what activates them are your character. So most time we see people, let's say unbelievers. We see that maybe they are not, they are liars, they are this, they are that, and they are still prospering. They will prosper because their father is in charge. But you have changed camp. You belong to the kingdom of God. Number one, the devil has lost you as far as eternity is concerned. The next thing he will come after is your finances, your wealth, and everything. So you don't expect the devil to just be looking at you. You know, pastor normally give us as an example in church that if everybody does something that is wrong, they can go. The day he tries it, that is the day that the newspaper will say, Pastor Kinikakan paid bribe, which everybody has been doing. Why? Because the devil is not after his own children. Let them pay bribe, let them do anything. It's not concerned. But he is after us. Because he wants to really fight dirty. So we need to be cautious with the things we do in life. And I think with that, you keep growing. When you are stuck, just look for somebody that is doing what you want to achieve. Study the person. Let the person mentor you. Go for knowledge. Go for more information. And you see that you break the ceiling and you get to the next level.
Thank you, man. Let me ask Pastor Jide, this question. You know, many people desire change. They want to grow. They want to become better. But they struggle with this word consistency. They desire change. They desire to, but we struggle with consistency. So how can someone remain committed to becoming better?
Just be faithful. You have to be faithful. I have one example. Just
faithful to God, to myself, or to who?
No. Faithful. You know, the two laws, our commandment. You must be
Love the Lord your God.
relation with God.
Yes.
With your human being.
Yeah.
Those are the main two commandments. If you are faithful to your fellow human being, you are faithful to God. It's as simple as that. 2 weeks before I come, I have this phone, 2 of my Samsung phone. I want to give it out to people here. So it doesn't work. So I went to someone that has been working for 40 years in that city. You understand? So he said, maybe the battery is not working. And said, okay, because of that, it will cost me like $50. Okay? I gave him $50, said I should come back in 3 days. 3 days. So when I came back, you know the story I want to hear, that that thing cost more. You know what he said? He said, actually, this is your $40. The battery works perfectly. I just clean it. I only charge $10. I look at myself. Wow. Wow. 40 years. The guy has been consistent, being faithful to people. Someone said I should go there. I didn't know the man.
Yeah.
And I said to that person, I called him, this is what happened. I know the man. He has been there for 40 years. It's not new to us. So, what am I saying? You must be faithful in whatever you do. No hanky-panky. You must be faithful. There's nothing. You must be faithful. You must be faithful. Right. Thank you.
Good.
Still, I think what I'm about to ask also sort of relates to that. Because someone can also want to desire, and then there are several things to excuse themselves from. But just to give context, this is from the book of John, the popular story. It said sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish festivals. Now there is in Jerusalem near the sheep gate a pool which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie: the blind, the lame, the paralyzed, one who was there had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" "Sir," the invalid replied, "I have no one to help me into the pool when the water stirred while I am trying to get in. Someone else goes down ahead of me." So two things I want you both of you to help us address. First off, I would have assumed that Jesus could see that he's there. But Jesus asked a question: "Do you want to get well?" And then we hear another response: "I have no one to help me." I want you to walk us in relation to what we are saying in terms of this desire to get better. Here we find Jesus, obviously it's obvious that he's disabled or something. And Jesus is asking, "Do you want to get well?" What do you think was happening at that moment?
Bringing it back to us, right?
Yes.
To as in contemporary life.
Okay, number one, God knows everything.
Yes.
And he can see everything. So if God says, "Do you want to get better?" it's because he knows that, serious. That's not what it means. And even from the answer, you can still see that he still fumbled. What's the question? What was the answer? "I have no man." Instead of saying, "Yes, I want to." So, somebody cracked this joke that when they say, "He that finds a wife," that God doesn't look for wife for people again, because when he asked Adam said, "It was the woman you gave me." So since then, God is like, "Go and look for your wife by yourself." So most times, it's not even in that scripture. There are other places where you see him with a blind man and he'll be asking if they want to receive their sight. And you'll be wondering, or he will ask, "What do you want me to do?" And you wonder. But in real life, when you relate with people too, you find out that it's the same thing. There are some people that they actually enjoy the state that they are in, because that is how they make a living. So you need to confirm if they really want their sight, because once their eyes is open, they have to stop begging. People will not give them money again. We have some people I know of a lady that lost her husband, and she started this helping widows and stuff like that. And over time, I saw her start from me. I don't have. She grew, she got better. Now she's helping other widows. That is somebody that has a vision. But you still see some people in a situation that for the next 10, 15 years, they're still in that beggarly, give me, and they just stay there and they enjoy it. So don't even try to bring them out of the situation, because they want to be pitied. They are enjoying when people say, "Hey, yeah, ekpele," and they thrive with such. So Jesus will ask, even men too will ask. But the truth is that if we are serious about our lives, then we need to own up and do anything that it takes under God to move forward.
And I think to wrap it up now, this is like a 2-in-1 question for both parties. What habits must someone begin to inculcate to get better daily? And the other part to that question is that many believers replace prayer for responsibility. So what, in your own understanding, where in the aspect of growing, getting better, what role does prayer play, and at what point must people begin to take responsibility?
Okay, thank you. For example, don't take no for an answer. You want to be better and grow. Let me take it. I usually use this Esau and Jacob as an example. If I ask you, who do you like best between Jacob and Esau? Let me ask you.
I like Jacob.
Me, I didn't like Jacob. I will tell you why. I love Esau. Because from the womb, Jacob is already blessed. Jacob is already blessed. Now, what happened? During the time the father wants to pray for them, because the mother loved Jacob, find a way of giving everything to Jacob. Nobody give Esau anything.
Any
So
chance.
after they have gone, after they bless Jacob, if Esau take no for an answer, if Esau take no for an answer, and father said, I have nothing. Esau said, no,
Give me something.
there is something I know. He knows his father.
System.
That's why, for example, let me say, you must know God before you find yourself. If you don't know God, you can't find yourself. Esau knew his father that there is something left. My father, you must
I know you.
give me this. You must give me this. Thank you. You must give me this. There is something. I won't go. And what happened? What happened? When Jacob want to bribe him, Esau said, I have more than enough. Not enough alone. More than enough. So don't take no for an answer.
Amazing.
For anything. Don't take no for an answer. Just press on. That's why I said I love Esau.
Over to you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll put it in this way. The Bible says that faith without work is dead. I think we need to put act to our belief. Most time it's just mouth. I know there's this argument that says talk is cheap. Anybody can say anything, open their mouth and say, but it is when you put action to what you claim to believe, it is then you can get results.
Amazing. Thank you very much. This has been a very enjoyable time for me, beyond the fact that I learned a lot and being able to, balance and hear different perspectives. And I think for me, my own parting word will be this word: never take no for an answer. And I can also mean that to say that in terms of getting better, I must not say no to every day. Whatever life brings for me, I must press on it to say something must become better of me today. I'm not taking no for an answer. What is it that must be done today? What is it that God, I know my father, I know God has a lot in stock for me. So what is it that I must do today? And to also realize that whatever you go through, you must always make that decision to say, regardless of the hurt, regardless of whether you are promoted below someone that's promoted above you, you must still make that effort to say, no, there is something to be done, and we must make. And another highlight for me is on this Jesus story. Do you want to get well? There must be that desire for you. Jesus is looking for that desire. The world is waiting for that desire to find someone that's just saying, I'm hungry for more. There's something better for me outside. And I'm praying that all of these that has been said will stir up something in you, will be mixed with faith in you to drive you to something better. And I feel that someone is also listening and they're wondering why it seems like they are stuck. Probably it's because you've lost the capacity to put in work to want to grow daily. And I'm hoping that this series and this conversation has helped you. Once again, special thanks to Mr. Jide Omotosho. Thank you very much. And Pastor Silk and Purple, thank you very much. Even though we had to strong you to say no. Please, you have to be here. Pastor Isaac, thank you also. Don't forget also that this coming Saturday is becoming our Mother's Day celebration here at the Bridge City Church, the Bridge Network City Church. Don't forget, we have the program starting by 10 a.m. and then we have the singles couple dinner by 5 p.m. That's where I'm going to be around. I can't be around for the morning, but I'm going to be around at the dinner session. But if you're a woman out there, if you're a woman, please invite everyone. It's good. It promises to be a fantastic session, and we hope to see you. Also on Sunday, it's going to be a Mother's Day celebration, and if there's anything I know about Mother's Day celebration, it's always big. Women like to do big things. They know how to, ensure that everything is fine. So I'm sure on that day, I know I'm going to be taken care of, and it's going to be an amazing time in the presence of God. So thank you for joining in on today's edition of World Bank Kingdom Conversation. We hope to see you next week right here also, same time, same station at the Bridge Network City Church here. Till we see you next time, God bless you and goodbye.